What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I appreciate you being here. Today in beautiful sunny Florida, changing it up a little bit for the live recaps with the airplane flying overhead. Today we're going to go over my EurGbp trade that I took yesterday. Now, we've kind of had to uproot our life for a second to get down here to Florida to view a potential apartment that we're going to be moving into in like 60 days. Now, everything worked out really great and it's been beautiful here. So when I took the trip here, I knew that I was going to be off the charts for at least a day. Now, the day that I came and finally got back to the charts, once I got settled here and got all my wires and my computer set up and everything like that, I think that I was a little bit off my game because I was out of my normal environment. So I want to lead into today's conversation just by talking about environment because I think it's important. When I'm at my desk at home, I find that I'm in a very, very synchronized routine. Every day it's basically, other than maybe waking up a little bit earlier, it's basically the same thing. I have my trading plan on my desk. I'm able to read that. And I think that point right there, the trading plan being printed on my desk and reading that before I trade, that makes a big difference for me. Here, I didn't have the plan. I didn't read it and pull it up on my Google Docs. So I just went into the trading session yesterday morning, sitting over there on the picnic table where we have dinner. So because I didn't read the plan, I didn't remind myself of my management rules. And once I got into the trade, being in a new environment, being here and it's beautiful, I think I got a little excited. And as you can see from the P&L above my head here, I actually got out of the trade earlier than I should have. It dropped about 35 pips from my entry, and I only pulled about 9. So I definitely could have managed it better. And that's, again, why I want to lead this conversation with environment, because while the technicals are still the technicals no matter where you are, as long as you have a Wi-Fi signal, the other things that play into the trade outcome, one of them being the environment, are really important for us to look at as we're trying to develop our edge deeper. So for me, now going forward, I want to make sure, and I did this morning, I want to make sure that I read the plan, even on a Google Doc, when I'm not at the desk, or at least bring a physical copy of the plan with me next time when I'm traveling. So 2 things that I did note in my journal that if it helps you going forward, I hope that you apply that as well, where you either read the plan every morning no matter where you are on the computer, or you bring that physical copy. So let's turn over to TradingView and go into this trade in more detail. Now, this was on Thursday. Tuesday of this week, if we scroll back, we actually had the potential for some shorts here from about 4 o'clock in the morning through the beginning of the New York session at 9 o'clock. Now, the short potential here never came to full A1 fruition, never really locked in that entry signal that we're looking for, where the candle formation is proper and the TDI value is proper. So you had a short bias Tuesday, but it never played out. Wednesday, it ended up moving higher back to the 800 EMA, that blue line coming across the screen. Now, Thursday coming into the session, it actually dropped, let's see how far this is, about 25 pips or so during the Asian session. It then pulled back all the way to that same resistance level of the 800 EMA, the same level that we tested the day before. But the higher time frames, if you take a look at the 1 hour, higher time frames are very, very short biased, very clearly. Now, don't look at today's rise. Previous to that, you see very short biased. TDI and price action, clearly you're looking for shorts. So back to the 15-minute, coming into the session today, knowing that you were at the 800 EMA for the week on the 15-minute, at that resistance level, knowing that you bounced off it last night, when you see it test that 800 and fail again during the session today, yesterday, which was Thursday, if you get a short signal, you're going to feel really confident in that because it's showing confluence on the idea that it's bouncing off that resistance zone on top. So when you get this push off the 800 EMA, a pullback, almost like a retest here, trying to get back to the 800 and it can't, it actually came down through the 50 and the 200 and presented an A1 signal here at 5:30. From that candle, you can see 15 minutes later, we broke for a new low of day, which is exactly what you'd want to see. You want to see it extend off the 8 EMA and hold distance. If it turned right around and came back up, that's where you start to maybe take some of the trade off and get out quicker than you normally would because it's not developing the right way. I like to see my trades move into profit quickly, and if not, we want to get out of them and then add back in when the timing is right. The direction, I say it all the time, it's so easy to read, but timing is the most difficult part. So here, again, next candle, 15 minutes later, new low of day. Fantastic. The next candle, another new low of day. And this is where I was basically full out of the trade at that point. However, as you can see, it actually moved lower all day from 7 o'clock in the morning all the way through until about noon. It chopped itself down at about 86.73, about 30 pips or so, 35 pips from the entry at 5:30. So for me, these are the entries that I'm waiting for. I will wait 3 or 4 days for a breakout like this. But now, looking back on how I managed this trade, again, I'll put the P&L right here, I definitely could have held a piece of this because I graded it a B, which calls for me to leave my stop loss at break even or even slightly in profit towards that 1R level and let it move to 2R and then 3R. I didn't see it through to the 2R, which if I had, I could have even moved my stop further. So I needed to follow my rules a little bit more, but still a winning trade. But I don't want to reinforce the bad habit of taking the whole trade out when the market's not done giving me money. So I want to make sure that I'm, definitely patting myself on the back. Good job to call the trade in the group chat for everybody. Good job to win a trade here and still stay on edge while I'm not in my normal environment. But at the same time, I need to hone in and say, hey, just because you're on, island time or whatever you want to call it, just because you're in a beautiful location doesn't mean you get to slack off. You need to still have the plan. You need to still stick to the proper management rules no matter what. So always learning. I'm 5 years into this and I'm still perfecting it every single day. That's why I love this. But I'm hoping that when I share these trades with you guys and I show you what I did well, what I did wrong, you take something from it and apply it to your trading, and it helps you make better trading decisions going forward. The last thing I do want to share with you, the thing that I really loved about this trade, and this is for our VIP traders, you'll know what I'm talking about. This A1 entry here at 5:30 actually was the second entry to our ASFX systems of the day. There's actually a D1 entry here off the 15-minute 800, that level of resistance that I was telling you. There's a D1 entry here on the 1 minute. I'll show you. If we zoom all the way back, look at the divergence here. And again, if you don't know about our D1 and D2 signals, I have free trainings that kind of explain it here on my YouTube channel. Just go to the channel, go to the divergence playlist, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. But this divergence here can set up a potential short signal. This happened at 4 a.m., just before 4 a.m., an hour and a half before the 15-minute A1. So you had 2 entry signals, which made me really confident in the trade, and I still could have managed it better. So I'm hoping that, again, you're seeing the repeatable patterns here. You're seeing how all of these trade recaps that I post are around the same 3 systems, and that's hopefully going to encourage you to jump off the fence and actually start learning how to make money trading with just these 3 simple systems. Like, I'm not saying we run the market. I'm not saying I catch every move. That's ridiculous. I know how to make money behind these 3 systems, and I know how to show you how to be disciplined enough to stay consistent on the edge that we've built. So if you have any questions, comment down below. If anything wasn't clear here, please, guys in the VIP, question me, challenge me. Anything you got, hit the comments down below. I'm always down to talk. And if there's anything I can do for you specifically, my information is in the description of this video. Please reach out to me. I'm always here to help, guys. Thank you very much for the time. If you found value, give me a thumbs up. That's all I need. And I'll see you guys in the next trade recap.